I hear the vault was all a big illusion. It's crazy the lengths some people will go to in order to make their dreams come true. The vault has given me a new lease on life. Soon I shall be home.
Listen closely, because I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to get home by flying there. My family has a grand history of aviation, so I've built my own plane in an area I excavated myself. Come, I'll show you.
Wait a minute. To fly the plane, I'm going to need to... Oh, curses! Damn and blast! How the blazes am I going to get it out of the cave? Curse it all! Confound it all! How could I have been so stupid? Oh, don't patronize me. I know you think I'm a doddering old fool. Everyone else in town does. Simple. I'll do some low flying over the water outside of town. And when I find it to be working, we shall depart for home. Well, if you really feel that way, then you don't have to come with me and claim your share. Of course it will. You've never expressed doubt before. Have a little faith, young one. Come now. It sometimes seems as if you have no faith in me at all, young one. This is going to work, I'm sure of it. All right. Let's see what we need to do now. Yes. We'll need to get the fuel in, and then we can take off. You're right. I've been such a fool. There's nothing we can do. I'm going to have to start all over again. Move Margaret outside piece by piece. Ah! Hello, young man! Ah! Hello, milady! You have arrived just in time to observe my moment of triumph. Behold!
This is Margaret. Marvelous, isn't she? This is how I'm going to get home to Ireland and claim my rightful seat as the Earl of Donoughmore. I'm glad you think so, young one. How dare you speak of Margaret in such a way? This aircraft is my darling. I built her with my own 2 hands. Of course I did, young one. My family has a long tradition of aviation, and the engineering skills to go with it. Ah, now there's the rub. For all her beauty and perfection, Margaret has but one flaw. She needs nuclear fuel. And she's a thirsty girl. Say, that gives me a good idea. How would you like to earn yourself a bit of pocket money, young one? There are all kinds of sources of nuclear fuel in the Commonwealth. All far too dangerous for an old man like me, but perfectly suited for a young one like yourself. If you could bring some back to me while I gave Margaret her finishing touches, I'd be most grateful. Oh, you've nothing to worry about. I know exactly what I'm doing. Of course. I have plenty of money stashed away, and my family has great riches back in Ireland. You'll be well paid, I assure you. Why, because you're just a youngster to me. It's a simple term of endearment, nothing else. Why, hello there. How goes the nuclear fuel hunt? Then you'd best make haste and search for it. Without that fuel, I cannot claim my inheritance. Don't dilly-dally. I need that fuel. It won't work if you take that attitude. You just have to have a little optimism is all. Believe in Margaret. Now, do you have my fuel? Of course. Ask away. Well, naturally, my family would have had a space reserved. I often imagine them making the perilous journey to the United States to secure their safety. Damn shame. They must have arrived too late and couldn't get inside. Hence my current predicament. Quenched your thirst for knowledge, have I? I come from a long line of dignitaries who trace their heritage back to a place called Great Britain. Excuse me, my good fellow. Are you the chap to speak to about engineering problems? Not knowing what you're doing has never stopped my people before. It sounds like you're the perfect man for the job. I have a substantial engineering challenge in front of me, and I wish to enlist your help. Here is a list of the items I require. Can you procure them? Perfect, that's perfect. I shall be back within the week to see how you have progressed. Why, hello, young man. Welcome to Knocklofty House. Well, not the real one, but it will have to do for now. Why, hello, young lady. Welcome to Knocklofty House. Well, not the real one, but it will have to do for now. Knocklofty House, of course. This is only a poor facsimile, but one day I will take up my seat in my ancestral home. Well, yes, I often consider the juxtaposition between the traditional furniture and the contemporary rustic shack to be a strange one. When I take up my ancestral seat at the true Knocklofty House, things will be far grander. That's the beauty of it, young one. That's what they said about all the great adventurers. Was Darwin crazy? Livingston? Or, Columbus? No! Those men were heroes, adventuring into the great unknown for the glory of their countries. Why, thank you. I'm rather proud of it. Nigel is a strong family name, and our surname can be traced back hundreds of years. Knocklofty House is our ancestral home, and one day I will take up my seat there. Now that the vault is open, perhaps they might be willing to lend me a hand with my work. It's the least they can do, since my family must have missed out on their place by the misfortune of their lateness. Hardly their own fault, I'm sure. Perhaps these vault chaps will be able to let this poor old fool stay with them. After all, my family must surely have had a place reserved. Oh, that's fantastic! As soon as I top up the tank, Margaret and I can begin our journey. Why don't you come with me? We can share the treasures of my inheritance. Leave me in peace now. I need to contemplate my failures. Nigel Hely-Hutchinson, 12th Earl of Donoughmore. Well, not yet, anyway. Heir apparent. So I often go by my courtesy title, Viscount Surreydale. Why, this is merely a poor facsimile of my ancestral home. One day I will return there and take up my seat, which is mine by birthright. Ambitious will be an understatement, young one. Thank you for the well wishes, young one. Why, that's really quite simple. The speed of the aircraft makes air flow rapidly over the wing, which creates a low-pressure zone beneath the wing. This creates an upward force we call lift, which is powerful enough to overcome the aircraft's weight and hold it aloft in the sky. Ingenious, yet deceptively simple. If it wasn't for me, I think the history of our family would have been long forgotten. My father certainly never mentioned it. He didn't use his title or surname. I came across the whole thing in an old book. It has taken me many years to complete Margaret. It's incredibly exciting to be this close to completion. Oh, leave me be. Success! The engines are powering up. Now, to activate Stage 2 emitters. That readout looks rather high. Ha! Forget the fearmongers. The Battle of Britain spirit will see me through. All right, Margaret, here we go.